how's everybody already set and ready to go within the lobby? Skirky, what do you got, man? What do you got, my man? What do you think?
I mean, I think 4, being the one that we all want to talk about on the casting desk, really needs to step it up today. His stats are not really proving himself, and to his ability and how much he's worth to, especially Mar, as the GM of that organization, and does not want to get rid of him. He's got to prove himself and show that he is worth all the picks and all the hype that we give him.
Yeah, and on my previous season, I was also an A where these guys are at right now. Playing against 4 is a very challenging player to just be able to read and be able to predict, and just his play style is very unique, and it's pretty much something that's going to benefit the Eskimos squad. And for right now, as we look on the opposite side, the Cardinals, like a brand new team, pretty much as you said during the desk, a team that was pretty much properly calculated, as you said, 0 cap space. This team was just built properly and just right underneath the cap, and so far it's just as soon as you get those little kinks out, you'll be able to get going. And speaking of getting going, 4, the player we've been talking about, gets a nice little shot on net. 1-0 Eskimos.
Yeah, just a slight little double commit on defense from the side of the Cardinals, and it's just staying near post there. Or sorry, at least staying back post there, and not having 2 players near post for someone to block that, and then end up in the 3rd man to have it cross. That's what makes sense.
And a quick little kill right there on the side of the net after, looks like Boku had gotten a touch, and 4 able to get his 2nd goal in just a minute. Pretty much just showing what kind of player he is right now.
I mean, a little bit lucky, but at this rate, 4 already scoring 2 in the 1st minute could get more than 4 in this game. You know what I'm saying, Gala?
I see what you're saying. Nice little joke in there, but solid effort already, just set up by the Eskimos, pretty much trying to set the tone of this game. A nice little pass that was from Boku. Excuse me, not from Boku, from Q-Glow. Pretty much that's how you say his name, I think. I don't know, we got to get confirmation eventually. The ball is sent over onto the Cardinals' end of the field. Boku up to get that cleared. 4 able to keep it in, keeping the pressure. But ABC Defu gets that out. Looking to get one more touch. No, Jamal Squatty gets that cleared. ABC Defu unable to get back quick enough. 4 gets it off the wall. Boku gets it away. Jamal Squatty keeps that in. And it's just right now, the Eskimos, they've been pretty much putting on good pressure. We were pretty much wondering if they're going to be able to figure out how the Cardinals' defense would be, and it's just they've set the tone already.
Yeah, definitely. We talked a little bit on the desk about their transition game and how they need to set that up, but they haven't needed to transition at all this entire game. It's just been completely on the offensive side for them.
Yeah, and it's just right now, I guess it's just the Cardinals needing a warm-up a little bit more. I mean, just they've been pretty much making good ideas and looking for the good touches, but it's just they can't get contact perfectly. And I've seen it a couple times, Boku and Mad, they've been up a couple of times and trying to get a nice little play and try to see if they can get the ball on goal, but it's just they can't do it right now. As we see Mad, he's up, and there's right there, perfect example. Boku, though, gets a nice shot after Mad leaves it, and 1-0. Or, excuse me, 1 goal deficit now for the Cardinals.
Maybe the Eskimos were not really thinking about the quick opportunities that the other team could really have here. But it kind of shows, and it puts a point to how this game could go, where, the Eskimos get a little caught up on offense. And maybe that's their real issue here, where on defense they might be sitting back a little bit too far. And their team could just come in and get a quick shot, go right in the net.
4 getting that ball straight to the center, but nobody there on the offensive side. It's 2 teammates are back on the defensive end. Squatty going up, thinking that ball was going to take a little weird touch. 4 going for that cross coast to coast with the air dribble. Maybe CD Defu gets that cleared out. Q-Glow throws it to the sidewall. 4 up, trying to get a block. Matt gets a shot off the crossbar, and what a save right there from 4 off of Boku's shot. All of the Cardinals are up. Q-Glow looking to try to get one opportunity on net, but blocked away by Boku. Right now, the Cardinals, they've been waking up a little bit. Still needing to get those extra touches and proper, ball contact. But other than that, I mean, that just was their best opportunity right there to be able to get this game tied.
Yeah, definitely. The waking up is definitely the best word for it. But in terms of midfield presence, they're definitely doing a lot more justice for themselves and keeping some possession, which might be the way to outsmart the Eskimos here.
Mad gets that pinched all the way downfield. Jamal Squatty taking it before leaving it for him. Mad, he's up. ABC Defu gets the shot, and it looks like there was a fake. I believe that was by Mad on the sidewall, threw off one of the Eskimos.
I don't know if I'd call that a fake. I'd call that a tactical whiff. But you know, it works out. And you know, if the Eskimos are going to keep playing on their back foot on defense as they have for the last 2 goals that's been scored, again, these opportunities from like those midfield shots are going to come in for the Cardinals, and it's working for them so far.
Yeah, and the Cardinals now pretty much just waking up, getting a little bit out of a hibernate. I guess you would say they would hibernate. But would you? I don't know. Maybe.
Cardinals? I don't think so.
I mean, they're birds. You're going to migrate south eventually.
That's good.
But now they're migrating back into the warm area. Looks like they're waking up now. Looking at a little bit of the stats for the game right now, Boku and ABC Defu gets both goals so far. 2 shots for Boku and 3 shots on goal for Defu. Speaking of another shot, looking to try to get one more on net. Boku gets blocked away. Defu gets that possession kept in. Mad able to beat Kuklo to the ball. See if he can get one more. 4 gets that away from him. Now 4 unable to get another contact. Kuklo's there. Able to get an extra air dribble. Defu's on the wall. Seeing if he can be able to read it. A bump in the front of the net. Mad gets that away from Jamal Squatty, but 4 right behind him. Oh, and a demo on the front of the net by Jamal, but unable to put it on net was 4. That looked like it would have sealed the game, but it's still even up. Unless this shot's able to get through. 4, he's up and got enough time. No. Wow.
Almost. A lot of back and forth there at the end. Neither team really wanted to keep possession of the ball in their own half. Almost led to a goal there from 4 at the end. It's a shame we couldn't get it under that ball there.
Now we're seeing pretty much absolute stalemate now. But I guess if you could look at it, with that last opportunity, you know, the demo in the front of the net by Jamal Squatty, leaving the opportunity for 4 to get a shot on net. Looked like it gave a little bit of momentum to the side of the Eskimos. But right now, 35 seconds here into overtime. Right now, the Cardinals pretty much just keeping the ball inside the Eskimo zone. They can't get out. Jamal Squatty gets absolutely, you know, thrown into Narnia. Kuklo gets that ball cleared out. 4, he's up, looking to get an extra pass, a little too high, but is somebody able to get it? Kuklo gets that. In a pinch straight downfield, Jamal Squatty just kills the ball up into the air. Mad is up for it. 4 chilling on the sidewall, tries to get away from Mad, and he does. Having an opportunity, able to throw it off back into the back wall. But 4, unable to get it past Boku. Defu, there's up Jamal Squatty getting that nice read. It's just right now, it just, you know, just a little bit of stalemate in the midfield. You know, small opportunities here and there for both sides, but just no one able to pot it.
Definitely, and I think now's the time where people are going to start really taking their opportunities for granted, I'd say. Kind of squaring them away and just kind of getting a shot on target that maybe could take some time on, especially when it's overtime and the other team wants to concede.
Exactly, you know, overtime game 1, just pretty much whoever's most of the time that I've seen, the team that scores the first, or that wins in the first game, most of the time will take the series. So it's just pretty much seeing right now what both sides are able to do. You know, it's pretty much going to be a close series. You know, I expect it, even though the Cardinals have a strong chance of taking this, I believe the Eskimos are obviously going to put up a fight. And they obviously are right now as we're clicking in at 2 minutes and 12 seconds right now. It's overtime in game number 1. Both teams unable to pretty much find an answer. Unless you get something right here. Defu gets that across, but unable to find a teammate. Mad, though, tries to look for Boku, who gets demoed on the side. Kuklo will get that demo. And he's back again, trying to see if he can get that away from Defu, and he does.
Both teams right now are playing very passive, I'd say. Another team really pushing the ball past the midfield on their defense, but an opportunity here. Doesn't get quite through the defense.
A risky play there by 4, you know, to keep that ball stuck inside the Cardinals' end, and I like it. It actually works out for him. And a crucial demo right there by 4, taking out Boku, which also throws him out of the play, and it leaves an open net. Jamal Squatty gets the snipe from his defensive end. And the Eskimos take game number 1.
angle. That was actually very impressive. Swinging around like that on that shot Norris was really, really impressive. I'm not going to lie. Did not expect that to go in at all. And I don't think either did he. But at the end of the day, the Eskimos take advantage of that opportunity going up 1-0 in the series.
You know, shout out to For. That demo pretty much just saved his team. You know, he saw, I believe that was Q-Clo, who could not get a touch properly, which left the ball just centered for their net before it came across in their lower half and just took out Boku, which also takes him out of the play, which left Jamal Squatty to get that shot downfield and make this, you know, just 3-2 game. You know, Eskimos finally getting the game to end with an absolutely beautiful goal. And you look at the stats here for just the man we were going to look out for this entire series, showing out 2 goals on 4 shots, 50% shooting, and can't count out his help. You know, Jamal Squatty there getting the overtime winner, and Q-Clo getting the 2 assists on For's goals. But also the Cardinals, they kept it close. You know, the defense pretty much for both ends coming in clutch.
Definitely. I'm scrolling through a chat right now as they are kind of commentating the game for us on their own respective channel, which is really interesting. And chat is really going to town right now. I will say there are some ABCDEFU fans. And, you know, he's been doing a good job so far. I think he's going to really step it up in game 2 if you had to ask me, but that's just my opinion.
You know, speaking for game number 2, getting ready to kick this off. You know, if you're just tuning in, Eskimos taking game number 1 in overtime with an absolutely beautiful snipe all the way downfield after 4 taking out Boku. And we'll see whether or not the Eskimos are able to keep the momentum. You know, up here by 1 game and a best of 5. You know, they came out hot. You know, 4 coming out with the 2 goals in a minute. We'll see whether or not it's going to be able to, you know, work out again. The double commit on the side right there by 2 of the Cardinals. Q-Clo having the opportunity, gets it by 1, but gets it pinched to the corner wall. 4 looks like it was up a little bit too far, but Q-Clo gets back. Throws it off the sidewall. Boku tries to get a shot, but Q-Clo gets that cleared downfield. Defu unable to get a touch. He gets it away from 4. 4 looks like he had his eyes on the net for that one.
Yeah, definitely going for eyes to the prize on there. A lot of teams being super aggressive right now, I will say, for taking his time for probably the first dribble of this game, I'd say. But the bump play over there, centered really dangerously. Threw it away, though.
Oh, and a little overcommit by one of the defenders, leaving Q-Clo to get a shot, but a little bit high. 4 able to get the read. Jamal Squatty able to come in. Q-Clo gets demoed, but it's a free rotation back, and he's the last one there. Mad. Able to try to get it on net. Q-Clo just a target right now, and it leaves the net open once again. Defu able to take the lead here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, those demo plays seeming really crucial in this entire series. I think at least more than half. I want to say 3 out of 6 goals so far have been out of demo plays. Either team really coming in full force, sending the first man forward. If it's working for them, they're going to keep doing it, and that's not worked so far.
Yeah, if I was in Q-Clo's position right there, I would be, you know, tilted. Personally, just spawned in the last one live, and you're just like, really? Getting another demo on me? Come on. But Q-Clo looking to get his revenge. Absolutely finding the quarter post there. Gets his own play. And he's tied the game 1-1.
And, you know, maybe it is better if he gets demoed all the time or gets headhunted, because he is a dangerous player on the field, I'd say. Shooting from anywhere and any angle is really crucial, especially at this level where, you know, people might not always be positioned correctly on defense. Getting a shot at any position is so, so important, especially when it's that powerful.
Nice defensive end, you know, save right there by Defu. Boku and Defu up, but Boku was able to get the touch, and it throws it downfield. Q-Clo leaves it to 4. Now 4 seeing if he can be able to find his teammate across, but he decides to take the shot on net. Mad just spectating behind his teammate who gets the ball cleared away. Defu gets a 50 play on the sidewall. Q-Clo gets a, you know, incidental double touch, but he leaves it for 4. 4 leaving the last one. Jamal Squatty, or excuse me, not Jamal Squatty. That looked like, can't tell who that was. In a 50 play, but it ends up being saved. That was on target, and Defu gets the save, coming back just in time. Oh, hard down.
Oh my gosh! Wow. I blinked and that was just in the net. Fantastic beat from 4 Mad. Not expecting that either. I would not as well. Really speedy play from 4 there.
Yeah, Boku had eyes on 4 as he gets the demo, but 4 had the eyes for bar down as he's able to give the Eskimos the 2-1 lead. Right now, looking to see if they can increase it and try to make this a 2-0 series. 4 gets a touch, unable to get an extra contact. Definitely gets a little bit of the ball and it throws it off the net. Cuclo and 4 up with each other. Jamal Squatty leaving the last one back. Matt unable to get contact with the ball, but it leaves Defu with a perfect shot opportunity. Jamal Squatty unable to jump up for it.
This is a fantastic series, I have to say. Really a lot of back and forth. You know, another goal coming off of a tactical whiff there. But it's going to work. We take those, as we may say. Cardinals putting another one on the board, tying up the game 2-2.
Finally, we get able to see another tie set for this series. Oh, a clutch save there by Cuclo. But is Jamal Squatty able to get it? He does. That, you know, those saves right there for me as a player kind of gets to me because it's like, please give me enough contact on the ball to throw it a little bit above the net, or else that's just an awkward own goal. But Cuclo gets the, you know, textbook read and just throw it above the net. Ball gets cleared downfield. 4 looking to see if he can get one more, and Mad unable to get full contact with the ball and throws it into his own net, and the Eskimos take the lead once again.
Matt definitely thought the 4 had more boost here, and he definitely did not. Jumped a little bit too early for that ball, and 4 ended up hitting it low with his like 17 boost or so. Just a kind of a fakeish play from 4, making the 13 think that he had more. It worked out for him.
1:40 left to go here in game number 2. The Eskimos finally taking the lead after going down early. They've come back, stormed with a 2-goal lead. Excuse me, 2-goal breakout to give them a 1-goal lead. 1:20 is plenty of time right now. Let's see whether or not the Cardinals still have a good amount to be able to find the back of the net. So far, this entire series has just been all Eskimos, but the Cardinals are still not out. Obviously, 1-goal lead, you know, 1-goal deficit, excuse me. You know, that's what we were talking about right there.
Silly Gala thinking there's a 1-goal deficit. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not
Cardinals
anymore.
really finding their wings, I will say. They've finally risen from the nest. Mother Cardinal dropped them off. They're finally flying.
There's the typical RLPC pun that we get from Skirky. Looking at the chat, sorry Smurf. You know, I had to say something. You know, cast a curse. You know, I want a good series. You know, I want to blow up like Game 5s. Makes it more intense. Defu gets that ball cleared. Tries to get it cleared. And Boku, he's able to do so. Jamal Squatty, he's up on the roof. Tries to get it away from Defu, who does get it away from him. 4 using all of his boost to keep that in. Looks like a little miscommunication error between Mad and Boku, but it gets the ball cleared back into the Eskimos' end. 4 gets that centered. Looks like it was an awkward read right there for Cuclo, but 4 able to get back in time. Jamal Squatty able to get the touch, throws it up. Cuclo able to get the pass, looking for Jamal, but gets it blocked away. But Cuclo still got time. 8 seconds left to go. We'll see whether or not any team can be able to pull something out of the hat. You know, last second goal maybe? No? Maybe? No. I don't know. Yeah, definitely not. And we kick off our second overtime here. Game number 2, overtime. Once again, we'll see whether or not the Eskimos able to take a 2-0 series lead, or if the Cardinals are able to get it back into it, as they have been this entire game. Boku looks above the crossbar. 4 gets it cleared away. Jamal Squatty gets it downfield. Matt able to keep pressure on the sidewall. Defu coming in, throws it off the corner. Cuclo gets it above Boku, but he gets a touch to pop it up. But there's 4 once again using all his boost to get that cleared. Defu gets a tactical fake on, looks like on Cuclo, but no one's able to pot it in just yet. And there's Mad. Madman right there, able to pot the goal. And the Cardinals tie the series. 30 seconds. Yeah, you know, a little 2 minutes less this time in this overtime. But finally, we have an even series.
Yeah, I was going to say this could be another 3 or 4 minute overtime, and I'm very glad it did not, but I was thinking it for the record. Four just caught a little bit back on his toes there, or his heels rather, not able to jump for that ball as it's a little awkward over the crossbar. It's one of the worst positions to be in a game with the ball dangling over your head, right above your net. It's really unfortunate, but good for the Cardinals being able to tie up this game, or series rather, 1-1.
And as we see for the stats for this game, Defu coming in with 2 goals on 6 shots. The Cardinals able to pot on a good amount of pressure for this game. The Eskimos defense right there, led by Kuklo, wasn't enough exactly, as we once again have another 1-goal game that just resulted and needed overtime. But Mad right there leading his team pretty much just by the numbers, but you see Defu and Boku right behind them, able to pretty much help him out with their own stats. Defu gets 2 goals on 6 shots. Mad gets 2 goals and 2 assists with 3 shots. It's been all Cardinals for this game. And as you see it, they take the win in overtime. And now we are tied back up in this series. As you guys predicted, it would be a 3-1, but I'm still getting a gut feeling that it's most likely just going to be a game 5. Just with how these two teams are playing now.
I could say that too, honestly. I mean, I definitely did. Out of the one game I thought the Eskimos would take, it was definitely not game 1. So the fact that they did that shows that anything can happen, especially in this last 3 games of the series. If it's a game 5 after all.
Kickoff game number 3. 4 wins that kickoff right there. But it travels back into the Cardinals' end. Mad having a little bit of time. Tries to take it, but couldn't get it by Kuklo. Defu gets the ball right past. Looks like that was Kuklo himself. Boku and Mad try to look for a pinch. Doesn't work out too well. Jamal Squatty gets that thrown downfield, but Defu able to get up and get it away, and Kuklo will get a nice save. Mad and 4 will win that 50. That ball had a lot more power, but it trickles towards the front of the net, and he gets a clutch save. Him being Defu gets it away from 2 Eskimos that were rushing up the field. The game stays knotted at 0. Jamal Squatty gets that win. Mad gets the 50 down on their end. Boku tries to go across again, but it's above the crossbar. And right now, the Eskimos, their defense, coming in a little bit hot. As you can see, is the Cardinals just pretty much posting pressure for the first minute. Ooh, a nice save right there by 4 as he coming across. Now it's Kuklo getting Defu shot away. Still got some boost in the air. He's able to get one more touch, and he does! Across coast-to-coast carry by Kuklo from his nets, and he's able to beat one into the goal. 1-0 Eskimos.
Kuklo a little quicker to that ball than the defense expected, you could say. Got a little extra boost on the tail of its end. Ended up floating all the way across, which is kind of something the defense did not expect. And at the end of the day, this one-tip pass is all you need to score a goal. Well, that's how it ended.
Defu gets a 50. The water falls to the front end. 4 putting on the brakes just in time, so he does an own goal, but he gets demoed in the process, but no Cardinal is there to pot it on net. But once again, the Cardinals keeping pressure. You see Boku able to come back in from his defensive half into the midfield and gets the ball right above the net. Defu looking to try to get it across. Jamal Squatty gets it cleared. Defu once again on the sidewalk, keeping pressure. And 4 able to get it away from both, but Mad coming in like the madman he is. And just the Cardinals right now just pretty much owning for this entire half. But the Eskimos able to read pretty much what they needed to do to get themselves on the board, and that's just to try to find the open end in this pressure from the Cardinals, and it's worked out. Oh, unable to get that one though was Kuklo, and the pressure finally pays off for the Cardinals as they get their first goal of the game.
Yeah, again, one of the main things we talked about on the desk was the Eskimos' ability to transition from defense to offense, and we saw it in that first goal. But I have to say, it does not happen enough. I think they kind of get stuck with the ball on their own end, and as we saw there, the ball's just going to float across. The Cardinals are going to put it in almost every time.
As we see right now, the Eskimos, they're on their transition after winning the kickoff. Jamal Squatty able to get that away from Boku, but Boku gets the 50. Mad, once again, unable to get contact. He was up in the air, looking to try to get a good touch. And speaking of good touches, Boku gets the 50. And the Cardinals take the lead, 2-1.
Ball, once again, just dangling in front of the net. of the Eskimos, and 2 players up for that one. Neither made contact. Might be a miscommunication. It might just be 2 misses. Either way, the ball's just going to be there. Someone's got to at least make contact with that. It's just kind of unfortunate defensive mistake there.
Now 4 looking for Kuklo. Oh, that was a good look by 4 to try to get it down into the defensive half of the Cardinals, but Kuklo unable to get a good touch on it. Now that would have evened the game right there. We see pretty much a similar scoreline as we saw in game number 2. One team, it's just pretty much how the series has been the entire time, just one goal after one goal. One team gets the goal, and it's just pretty much been a shootout for this series. Boku able to get a touch, that unable to find his teammate, and it's an open net, but Jamal Squatty unable to get enough power and accuracy on it to capitalize and even this game up once again.
That was a crucial miss for Eskimos. They're kind of a little down on themselves, and now I'm sure they're not so happy in comms, but opportunity here might come through. It's just the momentum's now completely shifted in the other team's game.
I took a peek over to the chat. Apparently, they want you to speak up, Skirky. Love it. Love being able to interact with chat. Just seeing that kind of, adds a little bit more intensity. They want to, I'm the loud one here, but come on, Skirky. Step your game up, Brody.
Caffeine and the ADHD do not mix before stream. Let that be known. What a fantastic shot, though, from 4.
And speaking of mix, as you see 4 right there, mixing up one of the defenders in Defu on the corner. It was a clutch play.
You did mention the pattern of 1 goal for one team, 1 goal for the other, and that is yet to be broken so far.
Exactly.
I do want to say, though, I'll make a quick little prediction here. The team to break that pattern will win the series, and I stand by that message. Thank you very much.
Well, as you say that right there, speaking of a pattern continuously going on, what a pass right here from Boku finding Mad, a give and go. Gets it over Jamal and Kuklo.
Yeah, super impressive, super speedy. It's that transition game that the Eskimos are missing, that if they had would push them so far up to the top of single A, but the Cardinals have that got them that goal. And it's kind of like what the Eskimos are good at right now, the Cardinals really need, and what the Eskimos are bad at right now, the Cardinals already have. It's just kind of a vice versa. And I'm sure, with some coaching and replay reviews, they can go back and look at what they need to improve on.
Yeah, this entire match has been a tango. I'm liking it a lot. These are the games that pretty much just get me really into it as a caster, as you can tell for this entire matchup. Boku, close opportunity there to get contact to throw it down net. Kuklo will get that off the sidewall. Defu up, trying to kill some time, and he does. Jamal Squatty coming in quick enough to not make contact with the ball, but he makes contact with Mad. And Cardinals take the series lead 2-1.
Yeah, our first non-overtime game so far in this series could be, a telltale sign of how the series goes. Maybe it is a 3-1 like Skirky predicted, because Skirky normally, is right, just as a predictor and whatnot. I'm just kind of good like that, right, Gala?
I have no comment.
Okay, just checking in. But yeah, 3-2 here, quick low, and 4 being the 2 people to pick up those goals for the Eskimos. Jamal Squatty definitely playing that third man this game. I didn't see that from him earlier. Might be a shift they might want to shift back into themselves for game 4 here. On the other hand, the Cardinals kind of playing all positions, I'd say. None of them are really stagnant third man. They're really doing well in terms of being fluid with each other, and I really enjoy that as a caster.
I know for this entire game, the Cardinals, they've been working really well. It's a well-oiled machine, especially how they were able to just figure out, how the series has just been a shootout, but the Cardinals able to take the edge on it. Just some of the players, they just need to, take time and be careful not to, force things that are in the air. As I've seen that they've tried to do a couple of times, and it's just ended up with them missing contact with the ball. But it's been working out. They've been able to find the back of the net. And as you know, when they're up in the air and they miss the ball, as you like to call it, a tactical whiff.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes,
they just got to be careful.
That's the name, Gala. I hate to break it to you.
I guess it is. As right now, as it gets to kick off game number 4, Cardinals taking the 2-1 series lead over the Eskimos in game number 3. Finally, first game that didn't require overtime. We'll see whether or not this is going to be. And off to a hot start like usual right now, getting some offensive pressure is the Cardinals, and the defense of the Eskimos coming in clutch like usual. Pretty much this game is going to be, I feel like this is going to be another shootout game, trading goals.
100% it will be already as Boku puts that one in.
You know, it's just a matter of, I guess, communication on who's going to go for it. It looked like I saw right there on the side, 2 players, just both of them go for it. I don't know whether or not one person had enough trust in one, or if just both didn't say anything, but that's just crucial. You got to do that. Got to call it.
We've definitely seen that from both sides, I have to say. A lot of communication things where, you know, one player should be going, like, in terms of rotation, but one player wants to cut. I'm sure, like, you know, especially playing together, like, this is only week 2 of the regular season, things are going to get better and better as Boku breaks that pattern that we were talking about earlier. It's 2 goals of a lead now.
You know, this is the first time we've seen a multi-goal lead since game number 1. First, it was 4 with the Eskimos, but right now it's just all Boku now. Just the tide that's turned, the script is flipped. You know, Boku taking over force position, pretty much getting 2 goals within a minute. Now he's trying to look for the hat trick, see if he can get the pressure continue building for his team. Jamal Squatty gets a nice touch over, and oh man,
another one of those communication errors. Oh no.
Exactly. Another communication error. Jamal Squatty had a perfect opportunity to throw it on net, but it looked like 4 was behind him, and he kind of got a little greedy. And it just ended up throwing the opportunity to cut this to a 1-goal deficit away for the Eskimos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they wanted to pad that stats of that goal, and that's really no excuse. I mean, you know, I am looking at the stats for them, and oh, just kidding, I won't. Mad score since 3-0.
Yeah, and if the Eskimos are unable to come back in this game, that's pretty much what we're going to have to be looking at, is Mad now able to transition to the opposite end and get the 3rd goal. A 3-goal lead right now at Cardinals, coming out hot, something that we were going to be seeing.
Wait a minute, the Cardinals up 3-0 in this, you know, currently 2-1 scoreline of the series? What does this mean for the series score go? And what would you have to say about that?
All right, listen here. Don't get your confidence up, Skirky. We know how much we like to do that.
No, just say it. Just say it.
I'm not saying anything because I want to say more about this game and Defu and the opportunity to get it on net, but he can't. Yeah, you see how, you know, throwing changes the conversation.
Yeah, beautiful segue. I like that.
Beautiful save, beautiful save. What am I watching? I don't know, Mike. Just looked over to the chat. That's the first thing I see. Magic Mike, the lovely, lovely man that he is. Just coming over. Just kind of confused as to what's going on. We are too, but I mean, hey, that's just the entertainment factor. Speaking of entertainment, Defu increasing the amount of goals for the Eskimos. Not Eskimos, what am I saying?
The Cardinals, yeah.
Cardinals.
You told 3 lives today. That Mike is a lovely man, and the series score. So that's what I call that. That's what I tell you about that.
Right. No. Just shout out to the man, Mike. What was that? You didn't what?
I don't know if Mike deserves a shout out. I don't know. He's from Nashua. Anyways.
All right, listen here. We're not gonna be doxing ourselves here, all right?
That's not a dox. Don't call me that. Okay.
Mods! I'm just getting way too distracted on the chat. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be casting the game, not casting the chat. So you see Jamal able to get that ball. Tries to get it away from Defu, and Kuklo able to. Mad. Tries to get a 50, and Jamal Squatty again coming up. Like, miscommunication there by the Eskimos. Just coming in and just taking over what they had set up for game number 1 and game number 2. And Tan's just taking it over now here in game number 4. It's something that every team deals with, but right now this is just a prime example. If you don't get the proper communication going with your teammates, it's just going to bite you.
But on top of that, there's like momentum in the game, and there's momentum in terms of like mentality and comms. I'm sure being down 4-0 and going down almost 2 or 3 right away in the first minute was not super healthy for those comms in terms of the Eskimos right now.
Yep. Jamal unable to get an extra touch. 4 is able to get the proper save, and he does. What a 50 on the goal line against Boku's opportunity. And 4 keeping them in this game. 4 goals in a minute. I've seen it happen before. And we got a roll one in the net between 4 and Boku now. This is interesting. We'll see whether or not the Eskimos are able to pull off a 2v2 or if the Cardinals able to try to pot another one and make it a 5-goal lead and a 5-0. And what looks like to be the capital, like pretty much right now, it seems to be like its game right now. The Cardinals up 2-1 in this series, looking to most likely just win this series 3-1. Shout out to 4 and Boku holding that rule 1 inside the net.
I mean, the Eskimos might have lost this game.
League.
Yeah, the Eskimos might have lost this game, but at least 4 got his first kiss.
I looked into the chat. Shout out to Dead Medic, the media manager for RLPC. Excuse me, cut away, rated R, we need monetization.
Cut the cameras, please.
Cut the cameras.
Get a rope, actually. This is better.
And as we see right there, the ball hitting the ground, the Cardinals able to take this series win. And as you called it, Skirky, I'll give it to you. 3-1. It's what you predicted.
I'm looking for 3 specific words here. I'm looking for Skirky. Actually, sorry, that's 4 words. You were right. Can you say that for me really quickly?
If you would have said Skirky was right anyway, it still would have been 3 words.
Yeah, but why would you refer to me in the third person, Gal? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know why you were referring yourself